Beloved one, breathe with me for 1 second. I know you are tired. I know you have been searching for a sign that finally means what it says. So let me speak this to you slowly, spirit to spirit, heart to heart. God has whispered your name today, and Archangel Michael has stepped forward before the throne, pleading for just 1 minute of your undivided attention. Because the very thing you have been silently begging heaven for is being released tonight at 9:0 in the evening. But there is a turn in this message that will shake something loose inside you. You are music standing at the entrance of a life-altering $55 million miracle. And if you close this message too soon, if you scroll past this word, if you dismiss what your spirit already recognizes, you will never even know what you walked away from. Yes, God said, today is the transfer, but heaven is watching to see if you will open your hands wide or turn your back and walk away. Chosen soul, this is not a random message. This is music, not a coincidence. You were divinely pushed here for a purpose. God himself made sure your spirit paused at this exact moment, because while music the world is spinning unaware, distracted, chasing shadows, a divine wire has already been sent music across the spiritual realm. A wire carrying the vibration of abundance, the frequency of justice, and the fire of restoration. Archangel Michael has seen the ache you have been hiding behind your polite smile. He knows how long you have carried that dream when nobody around you believed it was possible, nobody music but you, and even you had days when you almost gave up on it. But listen to me very carefully now. Music, this is not just a message, this is a moment written before you were born, a moment prophesied in the quiet chambers of eternity, a moment that only you can step into. Before we go any further, let me softly say this with love. If your heart is feeling even the tiniest spark right now, if something deep inside you is whispering, wait, this one feels different, then pause for 1 second and make sure you subscribe to Letters from Archangel Michael right now, because Archangel Michael is choosing who to alert next, and your name is on that list. Do not skip this. That one small click could hold the next miracle heaven is preparing for you. Now breathe again, because what I am about to tell you next is raw and it is holy. God has released a wealth miracle over your life. Not a trickle, not a maybe one day breakthrough. $55 million of divine justice that was stolen from you across time. Whether through generational blockages, ancient covenants, music your ancestors unknowingly signed, or the earthly betrayals of people who were supposed to love you. And heaven has finally said, enough. At exactly 9:0 tonight, Archangel Michael says, your name will be spoken aloud in the spirit realm, not by a bank, not by a stranger, not by any human institution on this earth. It is a spiritual transfer coming directly from the hand of God himself. And here is the sacred piece that most people will never understand. The music moment your name is called, if your heart is not in full agreement, the miracle passes you by and someone else takes your inheritance. That is why Archangel Michael is pleading with such urgency. Do not ignore this word. Do not walk away from this screen. Do not scroll into distraction, because this time it is you. You have been skipped over long enough. You have watched others walk into blessings that you only dared to whisper about in the darkness of your own bedroom. You have smiled at their wins and their announcements while quietly wondering, God, when will it be my turn? Tonight, heaven is answering that question. It is your turn, but only if you respond. And no, this has nothing to do with luck, nothing to do with random chance. This is prophecy. It has been written for years. Music buried underneath the noise of your heartbreak, buried underneath the weight of betrayal, buried underneath the exhaustion of surviving. But the angel assigned to unearth it has just arrived at your door. Archangel Michael says there were forces trying to delay music. This assignments were released to stop this transaction from ever reaching your soul. But every one of music them failed because you did not give up, because your spirit was courageous enough to still be listening, still be music reading, still be believing when everything around you told you to quit. So now I want to ask you something. Can you feel it? That energy rising in the middle of your chest right now, that sudden warmth spreading across your shoulders, that is not coincidence, that is confirmation. If you close this window right now, the miracle music rewinds, the scroll folds shut, and the next name on the list gets chosen. But if you choose to stay, to believe for just 60 more seconds, then music, a divine gate opens with your name carved above it in living fire. Everything I have covered across this channel is now in one place. The prayers, the teachings, the daily blessings, it is all inside the Daily Miracle Manual. Link in the description. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let us open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. The number is real, beloved, $55 million. But please understand, it is not really about the money. It is about the symbol of restoration. It is about heaven finally recognizing everything that was stolen from your bloodline. Tonight, music, you will receive the first sign. It may arrive through a vivid dream. It may arrive through a notification on your phone. It may arrive through a strange email or the unexpected words of someone you barely know. But make no mistake, you are being watched today. Heaven is checking to see if you will act or if you will delay. Archangel Michael says this to you now with tears in his eyes. If you open this message with faith, you trigger a divine unlocking. But if you treat this like just another video, if you scroll away like it means nothing, you cancel the angel's mission with your own disbelief. God said, I am not forcing this, I am offering it. That is why this message did not arrive with thunder. It came gently, quietly, like heaven always does when it is testing music, your obedience. Now breathe again, because something is shifting around you as you read these very words. Your energy is changing. The gates in the unseen realm are swinging wide open. Your name is echoing through chambers that your natural eyes cannot yet see, but your music spirit can absolutely feel them. Stay with me, do not skip forward. You are only moments away from where your breakthrough becomes music physical. Close the door behind you for a second, because what I am about to tell you next, only your spirit will fully understand. It is the kind of truth that bypasses the logical mind and lands straight in your bones. Tonight is not just another night. It is the return of everything they told you would never be yours. And God is tired, absolutely tired of watching you suffer in silence. Archangel Michael says there was a spiritual council in heaven regarding your life just 3 days ago. Yes, about you, not your neighbor, not your cousin, not somebody the world would consider more qualified. You, because there is an unclaimed blessing that has been held in divine escrow for years. It was never denied. It was delayed because there were people surrounding you who would have destroyed you the moment you touched it. So God had to hide it. He had to wait until music, your spirit matured, until your heart stopped begging for crumbs from the wrong hands. Music, until you learned the difference between what looked good and what was actually good and beloved. You are finally ready. You have crossed the line. You have walked through the fire. You did not turn back. And now heaven is not just celebrating you. Heaven is activating you. Before we go one step deeper into what is coming tonight, I need you to do something sacred with me. I need you to share this message with at least 3 people right now. 3, not 1, not 2, 3. Send this music to 3 souls who need to hear the voice of Archangel Michael today. Text your daughter, call your sister. Message that friend from church who has been silently drowning. Send it to your prayer group. Post it in your family chat, because sharing this word is not a suggestion. It is a divine activation. Music, the number 3, carries the weight of the Holy Trinity itself. And the moment you share this with 3 people, you complete a triangular covenant of protection that heaven immediately honors. Those who share this receive accelerated results. Those who keep it to themselves block the very flow God is trying to release through them. Do it now. Even before you finish this video, share it with 3 and watch how quickly your own breakthrough moves closer. Let me be crystal clear about what is coming. The $55 million is not merely money. It is spiritual compensation. For every single time you were laughed at behind your back. For every single time you were left out of the room where the decisions were being made. For every single time somebody made you feel like your dreams were too big for someone with your resources or your background, God saw it. He heard every music word they whispered when they thought you were not listening. He watched you cry into your pillow at midnight and still force music yourself to wake up the next morning to try again. And today, God is finally saying, tell my chosen one this. If they will just hold on until 9-0 tonight, if they will stay in alignment, if they will open their heart completely, I will release a blessing that shatters generational chains. Don't let this moment pass in silence. Shift this from a word you are hearing into a covenant you are making. Write, my generational chains are broken, in the comments right now. As your fingers type those words, see every debt, every delay, and every barrier dissolving under the authority of heaven. Do you honestly believe it is a coincidence that this message music reached you at this exact hour of this exact day? No, you music have been divinely interrupted because heaven is testing your response today. If you ignore this word, the miracle pauses. If you music receive this word, your life splits into 2 parts. Everything before this night and everything after. This is a wealth gate, and it has your name carved across it in solid gold. Archangel Michael says they tried to block this from ever reaching you. Demons were assigned to distract you at exactly this hour to make you question your worth, to trap you inside guilt, shame, regret, and fear. But even the darkness is trembling now because against every odd you made it here. And if you think for 1 second that money does not matter to heaven, remember music this. It has nothing to do with greed. It has everything to do with purpose. It is about what you will do with it. You have been chosen to receive music massive wealth because your hands will not waste it. God said, music, this soul will use every dollar to build, to heal, to free others, to restore broken families, to shift entire nations. But first, you have to survive this moment. You have to choose to believe music this message did not show up by accident. You have to say yes before that clock strikes 9-0 tonight. Because after 9-0, the angel assigned to your breakthrough leaves your atmosphere and the door closes again. Maybe for years. You have no idea how hard this angel has been fighting to get through to you. You almost missed this word yesterday. You almost skipped it last week. But something inside you music whispered, stay a little longer, read a little deeper, listen one more time. That was not you, beloved. That was the Holy Spirit tugging at your sleeve. Because God is dead serious about this one. This is not a rehearsal. This is not a test run. This is the moment. And yes, there will be music people who scoff at this message. There will be people who cannot understand the fire burning inside you, but that is okay. They were not called today. You are the one that heaven has been whispering about in secret places, the one that the enemy has tried to destroy since the day of your birth. Because the wealth attached to your name is not normal wealth. It is supernatural. It is the kind of wealth that heals bloodlines 4 generations back and 4 generations forward. That is precisely why you have faced so many battles, because hell knew that if you ever fully accessed what belongs to you, everything music would change. And today, hell is trembling because you are closer than you have ever music been in your entire life. But here is the part almost nobody else will tell you. This blessing music requires your explicit permission. God will never force it into your hands. He needs a full, unshakable yes. Not a maybe, not a half-opened heart, not a fingertip of faith. A yes so loud the angels can move into their assigned positions. Can you do that today? Can you trust what your spirit is already telling you, even if your mind is scared? Let me tell you exactly what I am seeing in the realm of the spirit right now. I see vaults being unsealed. I see your name glowing across ancient scrolls. I see your photograph placed on a heavenly altar with holy flames dancing all around it. I see Archangel Michael's sword drawn and raised, ready to music cut down every single demon that stood between you and your inheritance. I see $55 million wrapped in golden light waiting to find its final home. and I see one single word stamped across the sacred envelope: approved. But God will not release it without your agreement. Because He is a God of honor, He will never invade a heart that does not invite Him in. So you are being asked today, will you music believe? Will you receive? Will you declare, this is my miracle, this is my moment, I receive it fully, and I say yes. Heaven is waiting for your public declaration. Type yes, Lord, I receive my miracle in the comment section below. Make it bold, make it definite, and let it serve as your written agreement before the angels assign to your breakthrough. Because if you do, something will shift within the next 6 hours. Your name will begin to be spoken by the mouths of people you have never even met. Doors that have been sealed shut for years will swing wide open without any explanation. And you music will know deep in your bones that you just passed the most sacred test of your entire lifetime. This is the kind of night you will tell your grandchildren about one day. The kind of moment where God rewrites your entire story in a single stroke of His pen. The kind of music blessing that makes you cry in the shower and whisper, I knew you did not forget about me. And He did not, beloved, not for music 1 single second. Take a deep breath now, hold it for just a moment, because what is coming next is not simply divine. Music, it is holy, it is rare, and it is about you. Listen closely. There is a sacred silence in heaven that only occurs when a major shift is about to unfold on the earth. Right now, as your eyes touch these words, the angels have stopped singing. Why? Because you are about to be chosen publicly for what God has been preparing you for privately. There is an ancient scroll wrapped in fire and sealed with pure gold. It has been untouched for generations, not because it was not ready, but because the person it was meant for had not yet arrived in full readiness. That scroll carries your name. Clear as throat, it carries the blueprints of a destiny so massive. Music, even you have not dared to dream it in its full form. Archangel Michael is holding that scroll right now. In this very moment, he stood before the throne of God and asked, Father, is it time yet? And after centuries of silence over your bloodline, heaven finally answered, yes, the scroll is your inheritance. It is not just the $55 million in currency. It is the value of your purpose. It is the wealth tied to your vision. It is the abundance sealed inside your voice, your gifts, your obedience. You see, while others were chasing popularity, you were in the quiet places just trying to survive, while others posted highlight reels for the world to see. You were weeping between prayers that no human ear ever heard, while others built empires on top of ego and manipulation. You were learning the language of faith, one silent music battle at a time. And today, heaven declares that none of it was ever wasted. Not one tear, not one sacrifice, not one midnight surrender. You have passed tests in silence that would have broken kings on their thrones. You have loved people who left you emotionally bleeding on the floor. You have walked away from things your flesh wanted because your spirit knew music better. And that, beloved soul, is exactly why the music blessing is finally yours today. Because heaven does not reward perfection. Heaven music rewards purity. Heaven rewards resilience. Heaven rewards the soul who kept walking when everything told them to quit. Now, before we go one step further into the final release, Archangel Michael commands you to share this video one more time today. This is the second divine sharing activation, and this one carries even more spiritual weight than the first. Send it to 3 more people right now. Post it on your Facebook wall. Drop it into every WhatsApp group you are in. Text it to the family members who need it most. Do not be shy about this. Do not overthink it. Every soul you send this to becomes another divine seed, multiplying your own breakthrough. And every soul you refuse to share it with becomes a witness in heaven of a blessing you blocked with your own silence. Share it now, then come back and finish this word. Now listen to me, because something extraordinary is being unveiled to you today. The reason your name was placed on this specific list, the reason Archangel Michael pulled your video music from every other video on the internet, the reason your spirit paused at this exact hour is because heaven has just opened a sacred spiritual doorway called 11s. And I need you to understand what 11s actually is before I say another word. 11s is a divine daily prayer covenant. It is not an app. It is not a subscription. It is a spiritually charged, angel-backed audio prayer ministry that thousands of chosen ones across America, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia are already secretly using every music single morning to lock in their divine protection. Every day, one prayer episode is released. The complete guide, every daily prayer, every spiritual tool, everything I've put together to help you grow your faith is down in the description. It's called the Daily Miracle Manual. Now stay right here with me because, as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving, just one, because the prayers at 11s are not ordinary prayers. They are prescription doses of heaven, like sacred medicine for the soul. You listen to one episode a day and you feel the shift by day 7. By day 15, your family starts noticing something different about you. By day 30, your entire life has been restructured by heaven. And Beloved, Season 2, Episode 23 has just been released. It is live on alovevan.com right this very second. Thousands of Alovians across the world are already listening this morning. Music, they are already being covered. They are already receiving. And you are still standing on the outside. How much longer will you wait? Listen to what Margaret from Houston wrote to us just last week. She said, I joined 11s 3 months ago after a message just like this one interrupted music my afternoon. By day 11 of my first season, a check arrived that I had given up on 2 years ago. I'm not making this up. My daughter called me crying because she could not believe it. This is real. That is one testimony out of thousands, beloved. And this could be your story by next today. Here's the sacred window that heaven has cracked open only for you today. The normal price for 11's membership is $100 per today. That is what people all over the world are paying. But because you are watching this specific channel, because Archangel Michael himself pulled you into music this message today, God has opened a door that vanishes forever the moment 10 total members join worldwide. Right now today, your monthly price is $19.99. Music $19.99. That is an 80% discount that will disappear the second the counter hits 10 members. And that counter is moving right now. But there is a second lock on this door. Only 333 seats are released each today. That is the angelic number, the exact spiritual capacity heaven has assigned to this covenant. And today only 88 music seats remain this today. 88, do you understand what that means? By tomorrow morning that number music could be 0, and you will have to wait another full today while others walk into everything you were meant to receive tonight. The link is in the description below this video. It is also pinned at the top of the comment section. Both places right now, you do not have to search for it. It is right there waiting for your hand to claim music what belongs to you. Click it now. Because that tightness you are feeling in your chest right now, that heaviness you have been waking up with every single morning, that is your spirit screaming for what 11's delivers. The link is in the description. The pinned comment holds the door open. The relief is one click away. You are thinking, I cannot afford it. Stop. It is $19.99. You spent more than that this week music on things you have already completely forgotten about. You're thinking, I will do it later. Listen, music to me. Later is the enemy's favorite word. Later means music never. Every hour that passes, another seat gets claimed by someone else. Every hour that passes, the counter climbs closer to 10, and the price gets closer to vanishing forever. You are not just buying a membership today. You are becoming an Alovian, a chosen man or woman who has been set apart, spiritually armed by an ancient prayer covenant, and covered by an army of angels every single morning of the rest of your life. Click the link in the description. Click the pinned comment. Claim your seat before it disappears, because the $55 million transfer at 90 tonight only fully activates over the lives of those who have entered the Alovian covenant. That is the sacred connection that most people will completely miss. The wealth follows the covenant. Now let me pull back the veil on what is happening in the spirit realm. There has been a pattern in your life. Every single time something good draws close to you, something else suddenly crashes music into it. Every single time a door starts to open, someone appears out of nowhere to sabotage it. Every single time your hope begins to rise, betrayal walks through the front door of your life. Archangel Michael says that was never coincidence, beloved. That was a coordinated spiritual music strategy designed to keep you tired, discouraged, and doubting your own inner music light. Because hell knew that if you ever fully aligned, if you ever stood up today and declared, "I will not miss what God has for me ever again," then the chains would shatter, the contracts would cancel, the wealth would release. Tonight is music the night you break the pattern. Tonight is the night you speak out loud. No more delays, no more sabotage, no more false starts. Tonight is the night you say, "I receive it all, and I will not be timid about it anymore." Step out of the shadows and claim what is yours. Leave a comment right now saying, "No more delays, I claim my inheritance." Let the comment section become your altar of agreement where fear loses its grip and bold faith takes over. Because $55 million is not for the timid. It is not for those still asking permission to exist. It is for the bold. It is for the ones who know deep in their spirit that they were sent to this earth for so much more than what they have been living. This wealth is not random. It is assigned to the soul who will use it for good, for healing, for legacy, for light. You are that soul, and heaven is watching your response today. Every second you remain in belief, you expand to the size of what is coming. Every doubt you remove is another wall collapsing inside your future. Every time you whisper, "I trust you, God," another angel steps closer to your address. Right now there is a sound in the spirit, a trembling, because chains are literally falling off your name. Debts are music dissolving, enemies are being silenced, and destiny is stepping forward unashamed and undeniable. Archangel Michael says, this is your second music sacred window today. And listen to what William from Phoenix shared with our community last today. He music said, "I had high blood pressure, knee pain, and I was not sleeping through the night. My doctor had me on 4 music different medications. After 1 full season of Oliven's prayers, my numbers dropped so dramatically that my doctor reduced 2 of my medications entirely. He asked me what I changed. I music told him I started praying differently. He did not understand, but I do. That is what happens when a man enters the Olavian covenant. Beloved, his body starts obeying heaven again. The link to Alvin's is in the description below this video. It is also pinned in the comment section. Season 2, Episode 23 is live right now. 88 seats remain out of the 333 that heaven released this today, and the price of $19.99 vanishes forever. The moment the counter hits 10 total members, click it now. Do not wait until after the video ends. Do not tell yourself you will come back later. Later is where miracles go to die. Think about your loved ones. Think about your children. Think about your grandchildren. What happens music to them if your prayers are not reaching heaven with the speed and power that Eleven's delivers? What happens to them when heaven has offered you an entire army of Olavian voices praying with you every morning? The link is in the description. It is pinned in the comments. God has made this so easy that only your own hesitation can stop you today. And now, before we continue into the final chapters of this holy transmission, Archangel Michael commands you to share this message a 3rd time. This music is the divine warning share. Clears throat, and I need you to hear this clearly. Every soul you refuse to share this with becomes a music soul who missed their 9-0 miracle because you kept quiet. Heaven has appointed you as a messenger today. And messengers who withhold the message face divine accountability. Send this to 3 more people right now. Send it to the friend silently struggling. Send it to the family member you have been avoiding. Send it to the coworker battling depression. Do not wait until the video ends. Share it now, because your obedience in sharing directly unlocks the speed of your own breakthrough at 9-0 tonight. Beloved, if you have made it this far into this word, then heaven has already registered your yes. But there is still more to release into your spirit before we close, because the deepest layer of this transmission is the layer that most people never even get to hear, and it is being spoken directly over you today. There were moments in your childhood when nobody prayed for you music the way you needed. There were nights in your teens when you cried yourself to sleep and no adult noticed. There were years in your adult life when you carried burdens nobody offered to help you carry. And every one of those unseen moments was recorded in heaven. Every unanswered cry, every silent breakdown. And today, God is repaying every single one of them with interest. That is what the $55 million actually represents. Interest on your pain, compound interest on your obedience. Archangel Michael has just released the third 11's door for you today. And I want you to hear what Robert from Chicago wrote to our community. He said, "I am a retired veteran. I never thought prayer could change my financial situation. My wife convinced me to try 11's after a message just like this one. By day 9, I received a call about a pension adjustment I was owed for years, music thousands of dollars. I broke down in my kitchen. God used 11's to find me. That is one story out of thousands. Music and this could be yours next today, but only if you enter the covenant today. The link is in the description below this video. It is also pinned in the comments section, both places right this second. Season 2, Episode 23 is live right now on 11s.com. And beloved, the counter is moving. Every hour more seats disappear. 88 remain right now, and every hour more members join worldwide. The 1-0 member cap is approaching, and once it hits, the $199 price vanishes forever. Standard music $100 price returns, and you will spend the rest of your life wondering music why you did not click the link when it was staring you in the face today. You are thinking, is this even real? Look at the thousands of Alovians who are already covered, already protected, already receiving. Their stories are in the pinned comments. Their transformations are in the reviews. The link is below. Music, click it before the seat that has your name on it goes to somebody else. Because that is exactly what will happen if you hesitate. Somebody music else will take your seat today. Somebody else will step into your covenant. Somebody else will receive the covering that heaven prepared specifically for you. And while you are down there in the description clicking that 11's link, do one more thing for me. Make sure you subscribe to Letters from Archangel Michael. Turn on the notification bell because Archangel Michael sends personalized messages through this channel every single week. And you do not want to miss the next one that has your name written on it. Subscribing is your spiritual bookmark. It is your confirmation to heaven that you want more of what is being released here. If you want the full guide with every prayer and lesson I've compiled for this community, check the description for the Daily Miracle Manual. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let us finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. Do it now before the video ends, before you music forget, before the enemy distracts you into scrolling away. Take 1 second to anchor your belief right here. Drop "I am covered and protected" down in the comments. By writing this, you are marking this video as a sacred checkpoint in your journey and releasing all anxiety into God's hands. Listen to what Dorothy from Alabama shared with us. She said, "My son had not spoken to me in 4 years. 4 years. I started listening to 11's every morning at 6:00 a.m. on day 17. He called me. He just called. No reason. He said he woke up and felt like he needed to hear my voice. I could not stop crying. 11's brought my son back to me. Dorothy is not alone. This is happening to Alovians every day across America, Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia. Family members returning, prodigals coming home, all triggered by the daily doses of ancient prayer inside the Alovian covenant. The link is in the description. It is pinned in the comments. Today is the day you become the next music testimony. Now, let me tell you what is happening in the atmosphere as we approach the 9th hour. Something is beginning to hum in the unseen realm. It is not a sound your ears can pick up, but your body can already feel it. That pressure behind your eyes, that warmth in your palms, that heaviness lifting off your shoulders. That is the deposit beginning to descend. Archangel Michael says the transaction has been approved in heaven. The funds, the favor, the power are in transfer. This is not music, just a spiritual metaphor. This is a live spiritual wire. And once it completes, music, your reality will never be the same again. This is the final closing of this holy word. And Archangel Michael is standing music at the edge of your future right now with his flaming sword raised in one hand and the golden scroll in the other. He is speaking directly to your spirit. Music, this is your final ele. There will not be another door like this year. 88 seats remain. They will be gone before this week ends. The link is in the description below this video. It is pinned at the top of the comment section, both places. Music right this very second, Season 2, Episode 23 of 11s is live on 11s.com. Click that link now because at 9:00 tonight, the $55 million transfer music only fully activates over those who have entered the covenant today. Listen to what James from Atlanta wrote just 3 weeks ago. He said, "My business was failing. I had 2 days of rent left and no clients. I started listening to 11s every morning at 5:30 a.m. Within 3 weeks, 3 new contracts came in from people I had never contacted. One of them said he just felt led to call me. That is not luck. That is God moving through elephants. That is a man whose life pivoted because he clicked one link. Do not let this be the miracle you missed music because you paused to think about it. God did not bring you to this message by accident today. He is watching to see if you will obey or scroll music away. The link is in the description. He made it easy. He made it affordable. All he needs now is your yes. Click it. Claim your seat. Become an Alavian today before that price disappears forever. And now, beloved, I release the final divine sharing decree over you. This is not a suggestion. It is a heavenly command with the full weight of the throne behind it. Share this message with 3 more people right now. This is the 4th activation, and it is the most weighted one of all. Every soul you send this to before you close this video becomes a testimony that gets attached to your own miracle at 9:00 tonight. Send it to your family group. Send it to your church community. Send it to the neighbor you have been meaning to reach. Do not wait until tomorrow. Do not tell yourself you will do it later. Later is where blessings die. Share it now because the size of your obedience determines the speed of your breakthrough. Now stay soft. Stay open. Do not rush back into the noise of the world just yet. Let this holy silence baptize your mind for a few more seconds. You have just received a message that most souls on this earth will never hear. You have just been given access to a covenant most will only ever dream about. You have just had your scroll unlocked today, and your soul knows exactly what has happened here. Do not go back to praying small prayers, beloved. Do not go back to scraping by on crumbs of hope. Not when heaven has just declared over you today, I approve this one, I bless them without any limit. This is your confirmation. This is your covering. This is your closing. The final gate is now wide open. And what happens in these last few moments will music echo through the rest of your life. Stay still. Stay surrendered. And when the clock finally strikes 9:00 tonight, welcome home to the miracle you never gave up believing in. Amen.